Hi, and a very warm welcome to you. It's Jim from maverickstar Observatory. We've been having some problems with YouTube over the last few days, and I know some of you witnessed the almost immediate removal of one of the videos that we put up. So, we've taken it upon ourselves now to go over to Rumble and open an account there. And if you want, I'll put the link down there in the comments section. I'll pin it so it stays at the top. And if you want to see the video that YouTube whipped off, on this platform, you can watch it on Rumble. And I still, for this life of me, don't know why they did it, but this is what they're doing now. It's not just YouTube; it's a lot of other companies. They all seem to be working for the purpose of general governments around the world. And of course, we know it's not because of community guidelines, because they were so blatant to advertise why they were going to go after channels like mine. And that was because we had an alternative view as to why climate change is really taking place with our world. So I just want to say a big thanks to those people over the last few days that have been helping us out with a bit of support and sticking with us. It's just great. There is some really genuine good people, and they've been really concerned that YouTube might go to the next level and completely remove the access to you guys to the channel, which would be really wrong, to say the least. So this morning, as I promised, I was going to do an Earth Health at a glance, where we get the equipment out and we take some readings. And as you can see, here they are. And if you want to go over to the website, poleshiftnews.com, you're welcome to, because you can also see the archive data over the previous months of how things have been progressing with the anomalies that we keep our eyes on here at the observatory for you guys. So your atmospheric CO2 in parts per million was measured at 426 parts per million. You got your atmospheric oxygen at 20.11%, and there is the longitude and latitude of the recent positioning of the magnetic North Pole. As you can see, if you're following, it is gradually progressing over the northern hemisphere still. There is no change in that. We've got the radiation background count in microsieverts, 0.015, so very low. Volcanoes in eruption are dropped by a couple, I think, since the last time we've done an Earth Health at a glance, to 26. And we've got the largest earthquake in the last 24 hours there stated for you at 6.0 in Japan. So moving on to the muons in the United Kingdom. So we're looking at the radiation, which is caused by collisions in the upper atmosphere by entering galactic and intergalactic radiation, which also can come from our sun as well. And when it collides with other particles, it makes smaller particles, and that's what we do here at the observatory. We measure the amount of particles over a square meter per hour, and as you can see, they're at 512 per hour per square meter here in the UK, and 919 over in Canada. One of the reasons why we monitor the muons in Canada is because, as you guys know, it's an area on our Earth, or a region on our Earth, which is having at the moment a depleting or a decaying magnetic intensity in that region. And we just want to see whether the amount of muons creeping a lot more in that region. And just by looking at these two figures from the UK and the one from Canada, we can see that there's around about 400 per hour per square meter more than there is here in the UK. That's exactly what we would expect to see. We have got a muon detector down in Perth, Australia. Hopefully we'll get some results back from that next time one of our superstars down there sends us some data, and we'll also add that to the data that we've got on the website for you guys. Solar output at the moment is very quiet, no active spots on the sun. The geomagnetic field is quiet, and there is a normal amount of solar X-rays at the present time. Also one thing we calculate here is the magnetosphere strength. At the moment, you can see it is around 50 microteslas, and there are the regions around the world where we've had magnetometers, and you can see we have listed Canada as unstable. That's because of its declining magnetism. So guys, I'll put a link in the description if you want to see the video that YouTube pulled down, and there's also a link down there in the description if you want to help support us with a donation, and we can keep things running hopefully as smoothly as possible, you know, or at least as smooth as YouTube will allow us to do that. But in the event, you know, something does happen to this channel, you can go over to Rumble and, you know, you can subscribe to us there. I did like the video I watched on the CEO who owns Rumble, and I completely agree with him. He built the website simply because of the fact that there is a lot of people that want to talk about certain topics openly and freely, like we should be able to do in a democratic system. But it seems people, you know, from Google and YouTube have other ideas about that democracy, and certainly it doesn't seem like they support it. But there you go, guys. I'll say what I usually do. You know, you take care of your loved ones, as always. Bye for now.